Hey everybody! Welcome to an all-new Trenny and C.
Yep.
Today we have an interesting product.
We have the Budweiser Copper Lager Jim Beam Edition.
Yes, here it is. A little close-up for you. I don't know, the lighting is not great for that, but as you can see here, as you said, it's the Budweiser Copper Lager, and it says, aged on real Jim Beam barrel staves.
Sorry, what?
So what? Aged in Jim Beam barrels?
No, it says on. Did you say on?
It says on. It says aged on real Jim Beam barrel staves.
So they pour the beer down the stave into the bottles?
It's a trough of
Like
stave.
this?
I don't know how you age something on something.
No.
And that's one thing. I read a lot of reviews on this, and people keep regurgitating that quote.
That quote.
Without explaining, because I went from review to review to finally find someone that would say something about what the hell that means, and no one ever did. But one review said it's not aged in Jim Beam barrels; it's aged on Jim Beam barrel staves. So we would love to get a comment from anyone, because we don't know everything about beer.
We'd like a comment from Budweiser.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Tell us.
What do you mean aged
Tell the
on?
people.
Like, was the barley put onto the staves before anything was done with it?
Or was it one of those situations where it was a misprint on the label and they made 1 million of them? And
We
they're
just
like,
went with it.
They're like, we aged it on them.
But even if it was aged in real Jim Beam barrel staves, that wouldn't make sense either.
This is true.
Right? So,
Yeah.
we don't know what happened, but there's somehow a Jim Beam influence in this.
Hey, good news, they're twist-offs.
There we go.
And other good news, they're cool, stubby style
Retro.
bottle, like very retro. The third piece of good news here is, boom, ba boom, 6 point, where did I see it? 2% alcohol. That's a decent, that's a beer.
It says right on here, strong beer.
Strong beer.
This is some strong beer.
Nice.
So that's cool. I mean, it's got some things going for it.
Yeah.
I mean, regular Budweiser has never been our favorite.
The marketing they have going for it at this point.
Yes.
Sort of.
Yes. So now we need to find out if the beer actually matches the marketing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's check out the color here.
I'm going to do a little pour. Ooh, it's
Definitely
much
got a
darker. Much darker than regular Budweiser.
What I can say is that in my readings, in my research, I did find that this is not the regular Budweiser recipe. This is a special recipe specifically for this particular beer.
Look at that! Yeah, it's quite
It's very
it's got a
dark red.
nice red hue to it, doesn't it?
Nut brown.
A nut brown.
Kind of a chestnut even. And it says right here on the bottle, this is a flavorful American copper lager brewed with 2-row barley and aged, as we said, on a Jim Beam bourbon barrel staves for a toasted oak aroma. Toasted oak aroma, please.
Yeah, actually, I can see that.
Toasted oak aroma.
It's a little bit
Deliciously
like
nutty
falsified,
taste.
but
Like it tastes.
it smells a little fake, phony. A little
Okay.
phony.
Can you find a deliciously nutty taste for me?
Okay. You know,
Because Jim Beam to its core is nutty.
yeah,
That's a fact.
absolutely. And Budweiser doesn't taste like this. This is a different beer. You wouldn't.
Okay.
You would not. If this was out of the bottle and somebody poured you this, you would not think it's Budweiser.
Okay. So it also says caramel rye.
Okay.
This is a flavor.
Yeah, I could.
Get in.
You know what it is?
Get in there.
Okay. You know how I said it has a
Vanilla.
Yes, definitely
vanilla.
vanilla. So you know how I said it has a falsified kind of like it has a phoniness to it. I think what I mean by that is
Like things with like aspartame and like the fakeness, or like
artificial
artificial flavor,
sweeteners.
like fake flavors versus
Yeah.
real flavor. Okay.
So, and it's not necessarily that it is, but it reminds me of a winter ale.
Oh, okay.
When you crack it open, it has that vanilla.
That first smell.
It's actually kind of similar to that.
Okay.
Why don't you pour yourself some?
I'm gonna drink mine right out of the bottle.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Here we go.
You know what I mean?
There is something definitely Budweiser-y about it, though. It definitely has like that traditional Budweiser kind of base to it, even though this is different. But
It's easy drinking, but it still has a lot more complexity than a Budweiser.
I know what you mean, though, about like the winter ale seasonal kind of flavors to it. It has a bit of a Christmas beer thing going about it.
Mm-hmm.
There's something with the spices and the vanilla and
Absolutely.
whatnot. And
I
probably the rye.
wouldn't put my finger on and be like, that's Jim Beam.
That's Jim Beam mixed with Budweiser.
Yeah, it doesn't taste like a bourbon aged beer specifically. It does have those characteristics, the vanilla, the kind of Christmas spices.
How would you compare it to something such as like an Innocent Gun?
Yeah, I mean they're
right. They have the same kind of idea.
They have similarities, but Innocent Gun, I think, presents itself a little bit more honestly in what they're doing. But in my mind,
I think in our history of drinking beer, though, we've always said that Innocent Gun feels a little over oaked.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Because it's like 72 days in the barrel or something like that. Whatever that says.
This
on the
doesn't
label.
seem overly oaked. It just seems like extract of some kind was put in there.
It's been injected with I think it's the vanilla. It's a strong vanilla.
It's a strong vanilla.
But like it's okay.
I don't mind it. I actually could probably drink more of these than the regular Budweiser. Just my thoughts.
And the 6.2% doesn't really kind of come through as anything intense or overbearing. The 6.2% is nicely hidden.
I think that's a good feature. Yeah.
Yeah, you could actually get a buzz off a Budweiser.
Yeah, and considering you can't buy these little stubbies by themselves, you buy them in a pack of 12.
Yeah, we looked for these in the singles because we thought, but it only came in a 12 pack, so here we go. We've got 12 of them now.
But now that I'm tasting it, I don't okay.
I'm getting the caramel now. I'm getting the caramels now.
Yeah, for sure. I think them coming in 12 is not a terrible thing. Because, yes, we are spoiled in our richness of local craft beers.
Yes.
But these still wouldn't just be, for me, these wouldn't just be the things I give to friends when they come over.
You wouldn't just give it away, you might drink one yourself.
I might drink one or two, yeah.
So, let's think about the scale of buy none, buy one, or buy a ton.
Okay.
Are you yet at the point where you could recommend one of these three to people?
I think, considering you can only buy a case of it, to me, that would be a ton.
Okay.
With these guys. But I would still buy the ton. Because a 12-pack, I could probably crush these relatively easily.
And I have a very similar take, but I had a different interpretation of it. And that was that I was going to say, buy one case.
Yeah.
So same idea.
Same idea.
Call it a ton or call it one. It's one case, which is a ton of it.
Yeah.
It's 12. I agree. I think buy one case. If that means a ton for you, well, then that's a ton. But you know what? You're not going to be done wrong by buying 12 of them.
And that in that respect, the buy one of the 12, I probably won't buy more than the 12 ever again.
Right.
So it is kind of a buy one.
Interesting.
It's a bit of a buy one.
And there's a ton in there.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
He really killed two birds with one stone.
Yeah, it's buy one and a ton.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall, not offensive in any way.
Not bad. It's got a nice effervescence to it. It's got a nice nutty kind of nose to it. It's flavorful.
But like for those people that during the winter and October months, they kind of like get into those seasonal ales and the more spicy ones that have more of the vanillas going on and toffees and they're a bit darker.
Yeah.
This could be something that they stock up on.
I can see some people loving this.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. So I would say that this is a better product than I was expecting.
So that's decent.
So that's something.
That's what you come here for, right?
Something.
Watch something. Well, we gave you something. What more did you really want?
But it's easily drinkable for 6.2%. Like you could probably If this came in a can, you could shotgun this quite easily.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that's about it for us today.
I'd say so. So thank you for joining us.
Make sure you subscribe.
Subscribe.
Click the subscribe
Whatever
button.
you do, subscribe, like, comment. We'll get back to you.
Tell us what your experiences were with Budweiser Copper Lager. Did you like it? Did you agree? Did you think that it tasted like there was any Jim Beam influence to it? Do you have any clue what aged on barrel staves means? Can you help us out?
I'm going to add one more comment.
Please.
This is not what I picture a lager to be like.
Copper lager.
I know it's copper lager, but still, it's quite robust and flavorful. Where I'm not that lagers can't be, but they are usually like a lighter, just a lighter.
Like this could have easily been called a red ale, or something other than lager. But I think Budweiser was probably trying to keep their base fans and not freak them out too much, right?
Yeah.
Like,
so they don't run amok.
You can see the marketing ploy. You don't want them to run for the hills or whatever. But hey, we're Trenny and C. We're gonna drink some beer tonight and see you next Tuesday.